you see my screen?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So yesterday, after the meeting, I continued working on SpamAssassin. So I did the debugging, and I figured out what the issue was. So
You solved the issue?
yes.
Oh, perfect. That is very good news.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay. Try to explain to us.
So let me just display the file. To nano etc. No, Postfix.
Excellent. That's very excellent.
Master. Okay. So I think most of the information that we have online there is that they are assuming that all our filtering is coming through port 25. So
Okay.
the filtering that comes through port 25 is supposed to be happening here because the port 25 doesn't need any authentication, and also it doesn't need SSL. But if you're sending an email, for example, from maybe Gmail or Proton or external email service provider, then it requires the authentication. So it's going to use port 587 or 465. So you also need to declare the filtering on that secure part.
Okay.
So all along, we've been doing it on this side, this, which was relying on port 25 only. That's why the filtering was not taking place. So it was a miracle through ChatGPT. I just told ChatGPT that I have set up everything, SpamAssassin, and it's not being detected by Postfix. So I want to give you all my Postfix files configuration and check each file one by one and see if there is anything I've left out. That is when ChatGPT now told me that this is only going to work for port 25, and if you're sending emails from other ports, that is not going to be detected. So make sure you. So when I did it and tested, it worked. So I sent an email. Let me just open. In So I sent some emails, and if you look at the headers now, you can see that there is a spam
Yes.
being detected. So there's status, there's score, and the required score for this to be considered as a spam or delivered to the junk is 5.8. So this morning I continued on now automatically sending the emails to the junk folder if the score goes beyond 5 or 5 and above. So to do that, I was supposed to now do the code sieve because it's that library that is supposed to detect the spam score. So I installed that, and after that, I needed to write a script whereby I'll indicate the keywords or the information that I want to be detected as spam. Let me just close this.
Okay. Can you
And,
show us the script?
sorry?
Can you show us the script, please?
Yes, I'm just getting the file.
Okay, perfect.
I think it's supposed to be somewhere. Yes, yeah, this one. So you just do it within the SpamAssassin, then local.cf. And I've, like I told ChatGPT to generate different scenarios now so that it's able to detect maybe some words like someone is selling maybe Viagra, someone is talking about cheap medicine, online doctor, all that. Then lotteries, maybe lottery winner, congratulations, such emails. Then also investment scams, finances.
Okay.
Then all different scenarios. So the control is within your hands. You can declare what you want to be considered as a spam and the score that you want to attach to each.
Okay. Here we have the keyword and the score.
Yeah, and the score. So, for example, if someone is going to mention maybe crypto and it's going to score that 2.0, so that email is going to be delivered to the inbox. So, for example, now if I also told ChatGPT just to generate an example of an email. I have it. Example of emails that are supposed to go directly to spam. Let me just check. Based on the keywords that I now have in the SpamAssassin configuration file. Just a minute. Okay. So let me just open Proton. I sent some emails there. Okay. So for example, if I just compose an email that doesn't have those keywords, it's going to the inbox. For example, let me just get my address. The subject, I just call it maybe document submission. So documents submission. And then I say, please, hello, Godric. Please submit your documents. So this one doesn't look like a spam. So if I send it, it means that it's going to land in the inbox. Check if anything has arrived. Just taking time. I know it's coming.
Okay.
So you can see this is in the inbox. And I think if we check the headers, see that the spam score is less than 5. And that's why it's landing there. But I can also do an email that has like spammy information, like this one here. See what was there. Yeah, like this email. And she's talking like, congratulations, you've won the Bitcoin lottery. Let me just edit it because a reply sometimes adds some text that is not supposed to be there. So such email, I expect it to land in the spam. This is the inbox. So if I go to the junk, let's give it time. You see, it's landed to the junk.
The London. Okay, perfect.
So if we look at the score, it's 16.3, which is way above the 5.0. So even these require the score, you have the freedom to change it to the one that you want to be considered as a spam. So if you change the threshold maybe to 4, then all the scores that are going to be 4 and above will land in the spam. So that is what I did today.
This is for incoming email, and about the outgoing email. Let's say you are trying to send email from RunCube here to ProtonMail. Our SpamAssassin tool, we can also don't filter that.
Not yet.
Because
I only concentrated on the incoming emails.
Yes, we are trying to check maybe. Okay, in your mind, what was your next step?
My next step was actually I got the text in the morning today, your text. So I needed to now work on the reviews, do it the way we've decided to do. Then I was now to just go back to our documentation and see what next was supposed to be done. But now for the outgoing emails, I'm trying to figure out how we factor in the transfer of emails, because when we receive a spammy email, we are able to move it to the junk. So for the outgoing emails, I don't know, what do we do, like if an email maybe has a spammy data, and because
for outgoing, we can put that in quarantine, or maybe we can send that to Postmaster, like Gmail. I think if you send spam email from Gmail maybe to Yahoo, if your email is too spam, I think they will put that in quarantine.
So it means that Gmail will not send, right?
They will send maybe with a delay. With quarantine can be after 12 hours, 6 hours, or 3 days. And in case of in case for OVH, they will block your email. So if you are sending spam, they block the email and they ask you to contact the admin.
Okay.
Even when you have Google Workspace, because with Google Workspace, because it is pay one, you put your domain name, and professional email will have the same design like a Gmail. So if you add a user and that user starting sending spam, Gmail will block the account and ask to the user to contact the admin. You see,
Okay.
and the admin will be the only one who will unlock the account for that person. So simulating here when user is sending is mean that you have some scenario, like put the email of user in quarantine, sending email to a postmaster, you see, to the admin to say that the user is spamming, and a scenario can be also block the email address to user, email address for the user.
Okay.
See, in our case, you can ask scenario to ChatGPT, but in our case, you can simply plug that in a database. Let's say if you choose the quarantine, it means that the person will hit and the email will be arrive after maybe 2 days, 3 days. And if the spam is too high, you can simply block that.
Yeah, I think for the setup that we have right now, maybe because we are still just adding the users to the DB, and we still have a very maybe simple or basic setup, because we are adding the users from the backend. And maybe for now, if we detect the spam score is high, we can maybe alert the admin, or we can alert the abuse.technologyhub.work that this email from this our user, maybe from our admin user or as Godric at technology.org, has maybe reached this score?
Yes. The outgoing case is very important because when we will start sending the campaign, let's say a user create a campaign to send 1 million email, and a spam assassin can scan the text, the content of that email.
Yeah.
And if the spam assassin will detect that the content look like spam, spam assassin can just simply block down the campaign and ask the user to update again the content. But I believe that in today with the AI, because most of content about campaign are generated with AI, and most of AI they know how to bypass all content that look like spam. But we can still add that kind of precaution. Let's say someone create a campaign, he use some keyword that are not good, and hit on campaign send. Our spam assassin tool need to be able to say, your email campaign have some keyword that are not really good. If you send like this, most of your email will land to spam, or maybe they will be blocked by other one who are receiving them. And we have another thing again is in spam assassin right now you have generated all the scenario with keyword, but normally spam assassin have a library. You remember the video that I shared on with you? Yes, because you can generate scenario, but I think we are sitting on learning curve about the spam long assassin. I think it will be better if we use that library because the people who have created, I believe that they have more experience more than us. They have put a lot of scenario there. You see, because even if ChatGPT give you scenario, I am not sure that ChatGPT will give you all the scenario. But if you take the library for people who have a good experience, who are working on spam assassin for more than 20 years, believe that they will have a lot of kind of scenario. Like in your scenario, you have not take account the file. Because you have another scenario when you receive a file, you need to scan it. Because two main way to hack down people by email is by sending a link or by sending a file. See, and you need to be able to scan the file or to scan down the link to detect that. And you to do that, the easy way for us is to try to use that external DOM plugin.
Okay.
To integrate now that inside spam DOM assassin. And about the score, can you go in spam assassin documentation? Because it seemed like on their score, they were not putting the score down directly behind the keyword.
Okay.
Because what you have done is very good, but I realized that you are putting the score on directly behind the keyword.
Okay.
Postfix, score of postfix.
Postfix. Here.
Yes, the third one. Yes, this one, that one. Okay, if you try to scroll down, advanced one, on the advanced, you have score someplace there.
Yeah.
We can set up it. There is no score, so we need to change it directly. Try to go down. Yes, you have scored a 3. Requires score 3. I don't know what this means. It means that this will be applied to the general or to a specific case. What this means?
This is a general, like this is the trigger. If your email comes and that has a score that is higher than this, then it will be triggered as a spam. It will be classified as a spam email.
Okay, so it means that you can give the list of the keyword that you have created, and you don't put the score there. You came here and update on the score here.
Yes.
Okay.
I think I've already done this. I really don't know if the ChatGPT one has. has any value.
This is
These are
okay.
the required score is here,
Okay.
and these are just the keywords.
This score applies specific to the keyword.
Yeah, this one applies to the keyword. So maybe if you mention something like this Viagra or pharmacy, is going to add 2 to your score or add 3 to what you has already been scored automatically.
Okay. So if I add a keyword here without
Mhm.
any score, the score will be the required on score 5.
Yes.
No.
The
The
score,
required
okay,
score, the threshold.
yeah, this is the threshold, yeah.
Okay. This is
So if you add a keyword without a score, then it will just take the score of those other parts that is not indicated within the keyword. Let's say maybe your whole email has a score of maybe 2. Now that if the email has a keyword of Viagra, then it's going to add 3 to that 2, then it's going to move to 5.
yes, I understood it. But if I add the okay. I think we need to add the score for any keyword because the score up there is the threshold is like a limitation.
Yeah, that is the limit, yeah.
Yes, like when you have a note from school, you can have 5 on. You have 5 on 20, but you
Yes.
see 20 is the limitation.
Yes.
And they say the general note in French. In French notation, all the note is on 20, so you can have 15 on 20. So 20 is the limitation. Okay. And so I think after the review, you just make the fixed one, the manual done review, because according to Google, there is a lot of things that we need to do. Having a new VM, create a new organization, all those stuff will take time for us, and that will also take us some money. And that part don't really have a lot of value for now.
Okay.
Okay. So the next, so we will not use again the RSpamG because we are good with SpamAssassin.
Yeah, at least.
Yes. So
I had it.
we are confident now that connection between Postfix with SpamAssassin is okay. They are
Yes.
communicating on very well. So
Yeah.
our next step now is to try to make the outgoing to be able to hold the outgoing. And our next step will be to you already write this you already have the script that put the email inside the spam down folder, inside the junk down folder.
Yes, the
And
sieve, yeah.
yes, another step will be about the FBL. You see, your FBL down script need to take now the email from the junk down folder and create an RF file and
Yes.
send that to the sender. You remember
Yeah.
that all what we are doing here is about the FBL.
Yeah.
This is about the FBL. So what you have done is the manual part where the user, no, this is the automatic part.
Yeah, this is the automatic part, yeah.
Yes, where it land to spam folder, and from there your FBL script need to take that email and generate an RF file and send that to
Yes.
the postmaster of the sender.
Yes.
Okay. This is not really perfect now, but it is already very good. It's already done very good because based on this, we can try to add a lot of layer as we can. Because the hard part was the communication between SpamAssassin and the
And
post.
Postfix, yeah.
Yes. Now that we already have the communication between those two components, we can add a lot of layer as we can. And another part is to add all the plugin about the spam assassin, like the plugin about the keyword, don't filtering.
Yeah, the library. I think that should be my next step. I should get the library. Then after I get the library, I'll integrate that, sending the IRF report to the sender.
Yes.
Then I can move to the next part. We can move to the next section.
Okay. Okay, I think that the main library about SpamAssassin is just yes, because inside that library you will have a lot of things. Even the setup that will help to scan the link inside the email. Because you can scan header, you can scan the link inside the email, you can scan the file. I believe that that library will give us everything, unless maybe they have done it on separate on library, or maybe they have a library to scan the content. They have the library to scan link inside the content. They have a library to scan the file inside the content.
Yes.
But I think in the video that I shared on with you, the person is showing all those library. You can check there.
Okay.
Okay. I think, and in the database, can you connect to the database, MySQL? What do you have inside there? I want to see.
I think in the database, what we have is only the users, the virtual users and the virtual domains. The main purpose of the database right now is actually to help us authenticate with these users. Like the user that we have in the database will allow us to connect to the Roundcube UI.
Okay.
Then those users, their virtual subdomain. Actually, the virtual domain is only one. It's only webmail.technology.hub. Then from this domain, we generate the users. So in the database, we have a user and its password. So we are able to authenticate to this user's account. Because the emails are not stored in the database, but they are stored in folders. But for each user that you create in the database, when you log into Roundcube, it's going to create all the folders for that user for specific email directories like the inbox, the drafts, all that is going to be created for that user. So the activities of this user, the emails received, the emails sent, the emails deleted or sent to the trash will now be stored in the folders of this specific user.
And the folder is directly on a disk or it is in the database?
It's on the disk.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the database, the purpose is about the user, about the login, everything.
Yes.
Okay. And all information that we have here, the crash, the mail that user will write is on the disk done directly.
Yes.
Okay. And like in OVH, when we create a user, we give a size of a disk that user will use. Is that possible here?
I haven't thought about that. Maybe I should check
Yes,
on
that
it.
part is important. Let's say like last time, someone just pick and the email from our website and start sending a lot of message. Because like now, if someone want to make a DDoS on your server, what the person can do is just pick this email, admin@technology.hub, and send maybe 1 million email there with a large file that will saturate on your server, and your server will stop working. Because when your disk is full, a lot of part of your application will not work anymore.
Yeah.
You see, so when people want to hack server, sometimes they can use they use on the DDoS. DDoS is to send a lot of extra connection, but for small company to hack them, we don't need to use on the DDoS. We just need to pick their email on like this and send 1 million email. Send 1 million email. Unless the VPS provider have something to block. Like in our case, if someone starting sending a lot of email, I am not really sure that OVH will block that. But OVH, they have another thing is that for any email, we have maximum of the size disk around 5 megabit. I think it's something like that. 5 megabit, yes, something like that.
Okay.
So with that can, I think it is 5 or it is megabit or it is giga. Yes, I think it is 5 gigabit. Yes, 5 gigabit. So that can be very helpful when you create an email address on like this. You put a limitation of a disk there. So even if someone try to send million of email, that will not be very bad for us because when the size of the disk will reach the limit, he will not be able to send on again. Okay. That's good. That's good. Okay, let's move. Do you have another thing to share?
Not for now.
Okay. That's good. Perfect. Okay, let's continue with Karin.
Okay, share my screen. So yesterday after the meet, I worked on the training. So I was sending the recordings, and then I worked on the record. And this morning I continued working on the spam assassin. So I followed all the steps in this documentation, the configurations. I made the configurations, and I created also a spam king user. So it is supposed to receive the spam messages that are considered as spam. And when I finished the configuration, so I tested. So this was a test on the terminal. So this is a spam message. And when I sent it, so how to see it if it landed on the user, on the mail dear. So this is what this is a comment to use, but I didn't receive any. So I then tested just sending a simple message, and I saw that I can't even receive email anymore. So that's what I did. I am there, and my next step is to see what in the configurations is a problem that caused that I'm not even able to send email, even simple email. So that's all what I did.
Okay. So according to what you have done, you are not able even now. You are not able now to send email. But yesterday you was to send
Yes.
email.
Yes, because I didn't have the spam configuration, the spam assassin configurations yet yesterday, so that's why I was able. But when I added those config, I'm not able to send anymore. So that's what I will be debugging next to see how can I have the configurations and still be able to send emails, and that the spam emails can land to the mail directory of spam.
Okay. Can you show us the conf that you add and it break your sending?
I think it's in the master.cf. I didn't I didn't change it yet, but it's just a thought. I think it's on the master.cf. So those are the configurations from the documentation. I copied the one from here and this one on the after filter.
Did you make the backup?
Yes,
Where is the backup?
I made the backup.
Can you make a rollback and see if things will be work now?
Yes. Let me just see what is the name I gave to the backup. Just like this. So I think it was this was yesterday. This was
Can you make the
today.
ls hyphen lrt? Yes, you can check now that you have backup there.
Yes, I have backup.
You know how to make the rollback?
Is there another way? Or I should copy?
Rename the master.cf because you have changed two files there. Rename the master. Rename the master.cf.
I don't remember the comment to rename.
MV.
MV.
Space put master. You don't have that. No. Remove the dot at the end. No, dot .cf. Remove that dot. Put space. Put again master. Put dot save. Put save.
This?
Save. V.
Hey.
Tap enter. Tap again move. MV. Put the master.cf backup. You don't have auto.
I think yesterday's was short.
SpamAssassin first.
Okay.
You have backup which file? Use yes. And now you put master.cf. Okay, tap enter. Which file you have changed again yesterday? You have changed only the master. Okay, you can restart Postfix now.
It's running. Yes.
Okay, try to send us.
So I will try sending this to the round cube. Let's see if
Did you send email to Roundcube already?
Yes, I sent to this.
Now? Okay.
Yeah. It's not like it's receiving.
Okay, can we go and terminal again? Let's see if we have made the backup very well. Okay, try to make more. Type
More.
Space master.cf. .cf. Type enter. Okay, this is the file that we had yesterday.
Yes.
Okay, you can tap quit. Or just tap enter. Yes.
Yes.
Make the command go up to bring again the ls-lrt. Yes, tap enter. Okay, we have update very well the main. Why it's not working? Because what we did is only the backup. Can we type diff? Diff 2f
Diff.
space what? Okay, tap master.cf. You have changed the main file. It seems like a main file. You also made some change in main file.
Yes, I did some later. I added some line.
Okay, type space master.cf. S.cf. Type enter. Okay, we have we have try to bring the command back. Yes. Instead of put diff, just put vim diff. No, leave
Sorry.
vim.
Vim.
No, start with vim.
Vim.
Diff. No, in one word. Yes, tap enter. Let's see what we have. Okay. Now it is much more better. Okay. Here, what we can see, we see the difference between the two files. We can see the block that you have added. And what we see is the red one you have deleted here and you have added here. The file is different. The file on the left is what is the backup.
Yes.
That you made on yesterday, and the file in right is what you have today.
Yes.
Okay. Everything have been changed. Tap A sharp.
It doesn't work.
No, just tap A sharp. Have you tapped A sharp? Okay.
Yes.
Tap, 2 points. Vertical, yes. Tap Q.
Yeah.
Tap enter. Okay. Tap enter again. Okay, tap enter.
Doesn't
It's
work.
tap again a sharp.
No, it's going to. I think you already updating the file now. I can see the cursor on the file up there.
Yes, you need to make a sharp again.
Yes.
Tap a sharp. Tap deux
I
points.
am tapping.
Tap Q. Enter. Okay.
Yes.
You have edited something there. Okay, it is only empty space. Can you make again the command team go up? We see what you have updated. Yes, tap enter. Okay, I think it is only space that you have add. Okay, tap a sharp 2.2. You can even add point exclamation. Okay, tap again a
Oh,
sharp. Tap again a sharp. Yes, tap enter. Okay. Okay, nothing will be edited. Okay, I think if I want to make a rollback, we will continue with men. What we can do is to put back again your file. Can you make the command up? Can you make command up? What? Go down again. Just one. Okay, wait. Okay, wait. Why you have this? Okay. Now, can you remove the end? Can you no, leave that one. Not save. Now the first file. Yes,
yes.
copy. Yes, no, just copy. Leave again there. Then what was there?
Then I remember.
Just make Control C. Make Control C. Okay, make again go up. Again.
I think let's add it by seeing. It's not there.
It will not appear. Okay, just rename it as whatever you want.
I think it was like this.
Yes, copy that at the end of that file. You not spend time on that.
Copy?
Yes, copy. Unti.cf. Just copy backup from backup. No. The pad start from backup.
From here?
Backup. Backup. Start with backup. Backup. Also copy the word backup. No. From backup.
I can't understand.
You say?
From backup to the end.
Start
Okay.
from backup until 24, until 1024. Also copy the word backup. Yes, copy that and paste that at the end of the second file. Put the point there at the end of the file. Yes, paste it there. Okay. Now go on the first file and you remove and you delete. Yes, remove that. Remove. Up, tab internal. Okay. Make again go up. Go up again. What? Go down a bit. Go up. Again. Again. Oh, no, again. Yes, here. Oh, the first file, put .save there. and remove the other save. What? Okay. What? Yes, we put this backup. Put this in the page. Yes, tap enter. This is what you did have there. This is what was there at the beginning. So you
Yes.
will continue to troubleshoot it.
Yes, that is my next step.
Okay. Okay. Do you have another thing to add?
No, that's all for now.
Okay. I think you can make the rollback and you also make the rollback on the main file because the only thing that I did here was to make the rollback on the master.cf and I did not make
Yes,
the rollback on the main.cf.
main.
And I make the backup and I make a rollback and then I return back again to the backup. So if you want to test, you can make the rollback for the master.cf and the rollback for the main.cf and you test it differently. Okay, let's
Yeah.
continue with the man. Or do you have another thing to add?
No, that's all for now.
Okay, Emmanuel.
Yeah. So basically, I have not done much, but the little that I've done, then share. Yeah. So uh, the aim was to fix the SSL on my side. So I think I worked on it, and I did a test this morning, but it's left with it to propagate here. I've been refreshing it for me to see whether it has been fixed. I did it. I'm still waiting for it. When I checked this one was done some couple of minutes ago, about 7, and it has not yet take effect. It is propagating. So I've started reading on the SpamAssassin. So this is what I've done so far.
So after the meeting yesterday on Monday, on I don't know which day, it did not work.
Yeah, Monday. I think was the Monday. Monday, yes. So around in an hour's time when the light went off. So that was when I did the SSL. And I was
Yes, but today is you work on Monday, and after Monday you were working on Monday you were working on automation.
the automation. I have not fixed the SSL. The SSL I have not. That is what I'm saying. The SSL I have not fixed it. So I backed the old one up and so I just ran it to see. I just ran it to see whether it works. So I'm giving it some time because I've sent this mail about some 1 hour and it is not showing. I'll keep on refreshing this.
Yes, but after the meeting of Monday, your goal was to fix that
The SSL. Yeah.
that SSL.
Yeah.
That is the problem when you don't continue with your work, you stay 2 days, you don't work. And if this happen again, I think we will not continue like this because this creates a lot of instability. Like now, I don't even don't remember what was your next step. To remember your next step now, it is complicated for me. So, but after the meeting on Monday, you continue to work. I see that you have worked for around 6 hours.
Yes. So that was the SSL that I was trying to fix. Yeah.
And in the meantime, your next step was not only the SSS, the SSL, you had again another thing to fix. I don't remember very well.
Oh, that if the SSL is fixed, I think I have it down here. How to encrypt my votes. So I've put it here. How to encrypt the files. So after the SSL, then I encrypt it. So I've put that one down.
And another step was what? To move
So
on.
to read on the the spam assassin and start the FBL.
Yes, you will start with the run cube or SpamAssassin first. I think
Run
the first step is FBL, because during the FBL run process, you have script that will run. And for test to test your FBL, make sure it's working well. That's when now you need something like run cube.
Yes.
And once you have the run cube, if you want the automated testing, that's where you need the spam assassin.
Yes.
So the step is to start with FBL. I think we already start with that. Follow up with the run cube, function with the run cube, and then have spam assassin.
Yes.
It is more than 1 week. So I don't want any absent again from your side. Because when you do that, you are making us waste our energy, waste our time. Like since 1 week, Godik have spent a lot of time to fix the spam assassin. Imagine that you were working on that with Don Godik. We should not spend a lot of time on like this. And about the certificate, can you show us what you have done to try to fix it?
Yeah,
Because I am a bit surprised that the certificate is a problem for you, because this is something that you have started on. Normally, right now, we are already familiar on solving SSL certificate for email system. I don't know what is challenging for you like
no,
that.
the first one that I was using a port, but now I'm using a socket. So that is why I have to back up the port one and work with the socket one. So this is what I did.
And if socket is complicated, you can switch to the port one. You can switch to the port.
Oh, I have tested it. The incoming is okay, but the outgoing is what I'm fixing. The outgoing SSL. That is what I just fixed.
Can you test that, the outgoing? Can you send email? You say the outgoing.
Yes, I have sent an email right now about some 10 minutes ago, but I have not received it yet. That was what I was saying. I've sent some about some minutes ago and I've not
Yes, but
received.
you mean that the outgoing is not working? The outgoing and
No, it needs to propagate. It will take some time. That's why it's not.
the email, normally when you send email, it is instantly.
But when there is an SSL issue, it takes time.
Okay. It means that the outgoing, the SSL is not okay for the outgoing email.
Yes, yes.
And now try to send the income from this Gmail to your terminal. Okay, you cannot test that. It is not possible for you to test it now.
Yeah.
Because you have not set up
The run
something like run cube or maybe
dev
okay.
bot to be receiving emails.
But if socket is the spend is making you spend time on thing like that? Because if you change, because you have changed port and you are now using the socket, it means that you need to update all your file again, all your config file, and that is consuming you maybe time.
I did a small research on. I think I did this.
Because I'm just afraid that you have choose a path that will complicate us time, that will complicate everything, and that will make you waste time, and you will not be on the same line with your colleague. Because if you use socket, it means that a lot of components you need to change. You have used socket for DKIM and it asks you to change again on SSR. I don't know, maybe on another component you will need again to make change, and so on and so on.
SpamAssassin is built on a socket port 783. So it makes the communication very simple over there. Yeah.
Simple, but
no, I'll fix the outgoing one. I did a research just this morning on that. The sending one is okay, but the outgoing one is what I have to fix.
sending and outgoing are not the same.
No,
Okay.
the incoming one, the incoming one is fine, but your postfix is not.
How did you test the incoming one? You are saying that the incoming is fine. How did you test it?
Yeah. So this is how I tested it. You pick this. You pick this one. This one. So you pick this one. This one. Then
that does not show that the incoming is working. The incoming
no.
is when you will send from Gmail to your system. That is how the income will work. When you will send from, or maybe you already done that, from your local terminal to remote server. But that case does not require a domain name. Here, if you want to send from Gmail to your system now, you need to have something at least like a dev code that will handle and store your email on server, and you can go and check it that there. Do you have the dev code?
I installed it.
Because if you want to send from Gmail or from other ESP to your system, you need to have something that will be able to handle and to save your email on somewhere.
Okay.
Do you
So I installed the dev.
do you have an email? Do you have an email there?
No, I only have the system one. That's the root, or that's the. But it will not be stored in the machine. It is only for sending.
Yes, if you have an email, you can go and send from Gmail to that email and check that inside the log.
Because when I send it from my local machine.
No, send from Gmail to this email and go and find that inside.
No. This email doesn't exist. This email doesn't exist.
Okay,
I've not created a virtual users yet.
Okay. So for you to test the incoming, unless you work fast, you start with run cube, or at least if you have the dev code, you can create a user that will receive this email. Right, Godik?
Yes.
because the round cube is about the UI. And
Yeah, the round cube is about the UI, and it has to work through Dovecot. There is another one, the inbuilt one for postfix is known as SAL, SAHL.
Yeah, I've
something
seen
like
that one, but let me use the one that I'm okay with. That's it.
Yeah, that Dovecot I think is good because it's also the one that is going to help also with authentication. It's easier to authenticate with Dovecot.
Good.
and the other one that you were saying, what is the name? Godik?
It's called SAL. Let me just SAL, if I'm not wrong. SAL. Let me just check with the postfix alternative for Dovecot. Authentication. Yeah, I think it's supposed to be. This is supposed to be SSL certificate. Sorry, this SASL. SASL is just an SSL certificate alternative for Certbot. I think I confused. So
Okay.
you'll just need you'll need Dovecot.
Okay. Perfect.
Yeah.
No issue. Okay. Perfect. Emmanuel, so our next step is to work fast and finish with that part.
Yeah.
You have decided to use the sockets instead of port. So you are just waiting for the result as fast as possible. Okay. Do you have
Okay.
another thing to add?
No, not really.
Okay, perfect. And you, Godric, do you have anything to share with us?
Not for now, sir.
Okay. And you, Karim, do you have anything to share with us?
Not for now as well.
Okay, perfect. Okay. Godric, that was very good about the SpamAssassin. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay, you are welcome. Okay, thank you. Enjoy the rest of your day. Have a nice day. Goodbye. See you tomorrow.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye. See you tomorrow.
Goodbye.
Bye.